Assalamualaikum everyone. I'm Mischa Manahil and I'm from Beacon House Metropolitan Campus with Ma'am Momin and Aisha Jamil. And today we'll be interviewing Ma'am to find out her perspective on our global perspective topic, human rights. So Aisha, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, hello everyone. I'm Aisha Jamil and I'm from Beacon House Metropolitan Campus and I'm also from the group regarding human rights. I would like to ask Ma'am Momna to introduce herself.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Momina Ali Khan and I've been teaching Pakistan studies at Beacon House Metropolitan Campus since the past 2 years now. And it's been lovely teaching you girls. So, let's get on with it.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, ma'am. So, ma'am, we're going to start with the introduction of what human rights actually are.
Are you going to give that introduction or are you asking me what are human rights?
No, we're going to introduce human rights to you. We're going to tell you like some basic human rights and we're going to actually give the definition of human rights.
All right then.
Aisha, your screen isn't showing, so.
It's black.
Yeah, I'm going to try again.
Okay, we got it. It's here.
Mischa, you can start.
If you change the slide page.
Yeah.
I changed.
So human rights are basically moral principles or norms for certain standards of human behavior, and they are regularly protected by international law. And all human beings are born free and have equal rights and dignity, and they are endowed with reason and conscience, and they should act with one another with the spirit of brotherhood. So basically, human rights are entitled to everyone regardless of the race, color, gender, language, religion, political, or any form of opinion. And some like basic forms of human rights is like that everyone has the freedom to of thought, of conscience, of religion, to own property, to be in a specific area, like if it's legally permitted. So that are some of the basic human rights which are mentioned by the United Nations.
Okay, so the first question I'm going to ask you, ma'am, is in your opinion, how effective was our project in raising awareness regarding human rights?
Well, it was quite effective because I remember in the webinar, it was not just about you showing a presentational slide, but it was also about, real life examples that you had given about different people who were not being given their basic human rights, especially from interior Sindh. And I think that was amazing. Well done. So yes, it was very effective, especially with the fact that I actually always thought that human rights would be only to do with, just basically freedom of speech. But with the help of your webinar, I was able to understand that it's not just freedom of speech or religion, but it is, practicing religion, but it is also about having the necessities of life, the necessities such as, the basic commodities like electricity, like food, clean water. All of that is basic human rights. And all of that was, made aware to me by your webinar. So well done to both of you.
Thank you very much. Next question that I'm gonna. Yeah. So the next question I'm gonna ask you is: were you informed of something you were unaware of before our project?
Were you informed of something unaware before our project? Yes, I just told you. I told you that I wasn't well aware of the exact definition of human rights. I only kept on thinking for a very long time that it's just basic freedom of religion, of speech. I didn't know that having clean water and food is also a human right. So if it wasn't for your presentation and webinar, I might not have been able to understand that concept. So thank you so much, girls.
Great. So third question that I'm going to ask you is, how effective was our YouTube channel, Instagram, and Twitter account in spreading awareness regarding human rights?
I think it was what you have done a lovely job, especially with the Twitter and the YouTube that's going on. I was able to repost and post all these posts that you had, all this informational, rather infographics that you had posted on the YouTube and Twitter and Instagram to other channels, and I got a lovely feedback. People were so interested in knowing about this, and the effort and the dedication we can see through your pictorials and your films that you've made, especially about the clean water and the housing. That was anything else, darling?
Okay, so the last question that I'm going to ask you is, in your opinion, how do you think we can improve our project?
Well, honestly, I mean, if you out of 10, I would definitely give you a 9. I mean, room for improvement. Of course, there's always room for improvement, but honestly, I think you outdid yourselves, and it was beautifully presented and shown. However, if you would like my suggestion, I would say that if you maybe if you could, go around different schools to once that is keeping in mind the view of keeping in mind COVID situation and everything, and keeping with all the SOP, I would suggest that if you go around different schools, or maybe in your own school, you could go to different classes and tell them about what are basic human rights, like you've done so on your channels in different places, and on different social media places such as Twitter and your YouTube channel.
Yeah, so we ran a campaign in our school, and you were there, I guess. That's why we're doing this interview.
No, that was just a webinar that I attended. No, I mean,
no, like
what I want to say is that
we did a physical campaign. We went to like different classes and told
Yes,
them
ma'am. We
about our
went to like
project.
different classes when we
oh, that's
presented on.
amazing.
Yeah, we
That's
presented
amazing.
on.
That's amazing. Maybe
So,
spread it up even a little further to different schools.
so how do you think we can do that
Also, I was
because of this
suggesting,
pandemic
if,
situation?
yeah, of course, not in the pandemic situation, but eventually once things settle down. Also, I was thinking whether if you could maybe, especially with the month of Ramadan that's here, and it's a month of blessings, maybe, you could hold a wall of charity where people could come and give things to you guys. And then, since you've highlighted these different places in Islamabad that basic human needs are not being met, you could provide them with them,
Okay.
adding to your project.
Yeah, okay. So the last question that I would like to personally ask you is, do you think we're doing a good job spreading awareness online through like our Instagram, Twitter, and like holding these webinars and interviews?
Of course you are, darling, because I mean, even though there are people like me who might have a professional degree at something, but they might not have all the information in the world. And like I said, there are so many people out there who are educated but might not know the exact meaning of when they're talking about human rights. Maybe in their mind they're just thinking about one aspect and not the entirety of the term itself. So and of course, if we're going to do this today, we're going to make a better tomorrow. Our younger generations would keep in mind these things and be more compassionate, and more will show more empathy towards other
But
people. So
but
I
ma'am,
think you're doing
don't you think that today this generation isn't doing much for the community, regardless of having like access to social media? Don't you think that like this generation is doing like nothing specific for
So that's what I
the?
said. That's why I said what you're doing is lovely, because you're actually telling them about these things. You're actually highlighting these things in their lives, which will make a difference. And when they see you, making that wall of charity, or giving the charity, or accumulating and giving, is something that not many people know of. Charity comes from home, basically, and then it's trickled down. And if it's not, then that means there's something wrong with the society. And if there is something wrong with the society, then what you are doing is lovely. You're correcting it. You're making us
And
aware
so
about these things.
so if we made it like a charity site, like for the public, so the public can donate for like charitable areas like Eid and like Silani. So would you like probably provide us with something?
I would definitely. What would you like? I could give food. I could. I'm not very fond of giving money. I am very fond of giving food. Necessities such as ghee, oil, milk, if you like. I can give sugar. The basic necessities of food items. I can give that. I don't have many clothes because I just gave them away. However, if requested, I could find people who could donate that to you. Even in my opinion, I would suggest that you don't ask for money, because at the end of the day, I think that especially in Pakistan, uh, a lot of NGOs, even international NGOs, face this crisis that they might be sending in, people might be sending in a lot of money from abroad, but what happens is it's not utilized correctly and it goes into corruption. So I'm not saying that you would do that or your organization would do that or your project would do that, but what I'm saying is let's not go to the monetary part of this. Let's just stick to what we can do from our homes.
That's actually a wonderful ideology that you have, ma'am, and we're so like appreciative that you gave us your opinion on how we can improve our project.
Thank you so much, girls. It was lovely talking to you. Once again, really, I have to stress on this, reiterate this, that because of you, I actually was able to understand what are basic human rights. It's not just about freedom of speech or freedom of religion. It is more to do about humanity, how a human being can survive, its survival, and the things that they need for survival as a human being, their integrity, it's about their integrity. I totally understand it, and thanks to you. So it was
Well,
lovely
that's
talking to
one.
you, girls.
Yes, ma'am. It's
Take
so
care then.
lovely that you were able to come here to give your opinion to us. Like in especially today because like seeing that you might be fasting, so it's like really we're thankful for you to come
Yeah,
No,
to.
no, please. Thank you
it's
so much,
really
girls.
yeah.
I really appreciate the effort that you've done and put in, and the effort that you actually, how you invited me to this meeting. I'm so happy about it. So thank you so much. I'm in a bit of a rush. If you don't mind, can we call it a day then?
Yeah. Then we're gonna
Yes,
see
ma'am.
you
So
later.
Thank you so much. Take care, girls. Bye-bye.
Bye.
thank you.